Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Broken Brain. I'm your host, Stuart, and today we're going to be looking at FX's new show, Shogun. Now, I know this is based on a novel. I haven't read it. I know there was this miniseries based on the book back in the early 80s. I haven't seen it. I'm coming at this from the perspective as this is the first time I've ever seen this because it is. And I have a few things to say about Shogun. It's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Wow. Seriously. They only dropped the first two episodes and then they're going to repeat weekly. Yeah, it looks like weekly for the remainder of the 8 episodes. If they dropped all 8 episodes, I'd have put a pot of coffee on and just realized I'm not sleeping tonight and binge the entire series. It's incredible. Now, first off, the intro to this, I don't know if I can show it or not, but the intro is breathtaking. I mean, this is one of those intros that the moment you see it, you're like, oh, this is like Game of Thrones intro. It's very intricate, very detailed, very cinematic. It's just, it's very well done. The cinematography in this, the shots, the overarching shots of Osaka are just gorgeous. And the best part about this is this show does what it should. The Japanese speak Japanese, and then it's not English translated. And the Spanish, the Portuguese, and the English that are in this speak their native languages. Everyone speaks their native language properly. Why is this a big deal? Because it sets the mood for the tone of when this takes place around 1600. So the Japanese don't understand English or Portuguese. They have some translators and some have learned. And why is 1600 an interesting time? Because not only are we seeing a former shogun master, lord over Japan, has passed away, and his son is going to step up and take his place, but he's too young to rule. So he appoints a council of 5 lords that were under him to rule in his stead until his son becomes of age. So this is the setting that it's in. And as you can expect, there's going to be it's going to be internal conflict. Each one kind of some wanting peace until the heir ascends to power, some wanting the power for themselves. It's going to be an interesting power struggle. I'm in for it. And the reason the Portuguese and the English are important in this, since they both arrive, is we have to put into some context. 1600, that's a big deal. Because the Reformation happened in the 1452? 1450s, give or take, when Luther started the Protestant Reformation. England became Protestant, the Spanish and Portuguese Catholic. And there's been 150 years of tumultuous battle between the Protestants and the Catholics. And this is spilling over into Japan based on the trade routes that Portuguese has claimed Japan as their sole area of which they're allowed to trade, and here's the English and the Dutch trying to get in on this trading thing. So now we've got Western politics moving in to the Japanese politics, and the Japanese using that external political strife to gain a foothold over the other lords. This is the whole setup of this show. And everything about it is just phenomenal. The casting is great. It is cinematic as a movie. Like each of the first 2 episodes, it was just enthralling. You could tell by the way the actors were able to relate the tone and the tension just in facial expressions. It was incredible. The background music was superbly well done. It didn't distract from it, but I did notice it. It was adding to that tone, that tension, and it was just phenomenal. This is a series that you're going to watch and you're going to love if you're a fan of just Japan in general, just Japanese culture and history. And this isn't just Japanese history. This is actually, it is fictionalized, but it is about the Catholic and Protestant, just just their influence coming into Japan, and it's quite interesting. In just the first two episodes, I'm just like, wow, I've got to go. I need to do a little more historical research on how Japan was talking to the Portuguese, how the Dutch and the English played into this, and it's very intriguing. I'm pulled in completely, 100%. This show is off to an amazing start. I'm going to watch this every time it comes out every Tuesday. I'm going to be here watching it. It's fantastic. Seriously. I don't have a single complaint. I really don't. I have some friends that really do hate subtitles and probably would say, I wish it was dubbed in English. And that would just take away so much from this. This is a cinematic masterpiece so far. I can't even state it well enough. The costume and wardrobe design is superb. I mean, the English and the Portuguese look kind of slightly disheveled and more worldly, Western worldly that like we've seen in other movies and other historical documents. I mean, just the amount of detail that's gone into making some of their shoulder pieces, some of the priests' outfits, the hats, perfectly done. And I'm telling you, this is going to be a series that everyone's going to want to watch. Everyone should watch it. It is remarkable. I will state that it is violent. There is some graphic violence in this series, and there's about a 30, maybe 40-second brief nudity scene in the first episode. So be warned about that. It's easily skippable. If that type of thing offends you and you don't want to see that, you can hit that skip 10 seconds, just about 3 or 4 times. It'll get past it. You won't miss any context. It does nothing to the story. I guess it just added it for that effect. It has nothing. It means nothing to the story, but it is in there. So I'm just going to warn you. So I think everyone that's watching this video, seriously, you got to just take a look at this. It's just an incredibly breathtaking series so far. I feel like I'm sitting in feudal Japan, just like, wow. You feel the culture, the dynamics between the different lords and the different classes below in Japan. I mean, you see it and feel it without them ever taking the time to exegete it. I mean, just, it's there. It's there. You don't have a bunch of exposition and like explaining all this stuff. You're just like, oh, this is how it is. That's good storytelling. That's good cinema. This is an amazing show. I'm 100% in love with this show. It is so compelling. This is one of those shows, if you watch Game of Thrones because of the internal struggle, power struggle, and House of Dragon, and it's just that internal political stuff that's just really just sucks you in. I mean, in 2 episodes, they've done more than any movie I've seen in the past year. And any movie or TV series I've seen in the past year. Nothing has sucked me in as much as Shogun has. And I can't wait to see it. And in fact, I have a digital Kindle book of Shogun, but I think this is one of those ones I'm just going to have to straight up purchase the hardback and just read it straight from the page. This just feels like if this series is this good and it's based off of this book and it's that good, I need to hold a physical book in my hand and read this thing. So, everyone, seriously, if this is your type of thing, if political intrigue and just few history in general is just kind of your thing, this is a series for you. I can tell you right now. I'm 2 episodes in, and I'm mad that I can't finish the series. I am. It is so good. Like, I didn't stop it. Like, I went from one episode to the next. And I mean, I wish I got home earlier so I wasn't making this video so late. But I mean, seriously, this is just an amazing show. Take the time, it's worth it. It's about 2.5 hours for the first 2 episodes, give or take. And you don't want to skip any of it. Even the intro on both episodes, don't skip it. It's just breathtaking to watch. It's just so well done. It's just gorgeous. You see the architecture, flaming arrows flying and transitioning into other things. It's just cinematic masterpiece. I hope this story and the rest of it continues to go as well as these first 2 episodes, and I have no reason to believe it wouldn't, because this is just well done. Hollywood, this is what it's supposed to look like. And I want to give a special shout out to Disney. Disney, thank you for getting about Fox. Thank you for getting about FX and just letting them make the stuff they want to make without your influence. Because this show is better than anything Disney has put out in the last 2 years. Hands down. And I loved Loki and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and Werewolf at Midnight. I thought those were stellar. Not everyone agrees with me, but those are the best things in Phase 2, Phase 4, whatever. This is the best. Those are the best series they made, best stuff they made since Endgame. This blows it out of the water. Period. Hands down. I'm so glad Disney forgot that it owned FX and just let them do their thing. Because what we got was something absolutely incredible. So, thank you, Disney, for keeping your hands off this show because it's great. So, until next time, I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.